And sorry about that. When I was getting ready to go live, my phone was dying, and I was like, charge your phone. When I went to get the mic prepared, I disconnected the lifeline power cable. So I lost complete feed, and one time I lucked out. One time I got cut, and then when my battery charged up for some reason, it stayed online. I was able to continue on with the laps. But yeah, once again, this is, you can say, part 2. I just cut the ribbon. I think I lost all the information possibly in the first video. I looked back into my feed and I couldn't find it. So I was hoping to still rely on that first feed. So if you missed the first half, we're starting here, and it was just a Mannyism of not plugging in my phone. When I went live, I knew better, and my phone died. So once again, sorry about that if you tuned in and I lost you, but I'm back at it. I've already cut the ribbon, and if you're just tuning in, you didn't really miss anything. It was just me taking out the ribbon, removing this transducer because there's tape and a screen I got to put on both sides of that. And now we're starting up at the point of no return. I've got to do the ribbon. I know. So yeah, technical problems. Manny didn't plug in his phone. It was dying. Once you go live, you have to put in the picture and get all the stuff ready. And I knew my phone was dying. I was like, don't forget to charge your phone. I got super excited to go live. And of course, as soon as the phone went dead, I was like, I said son of a bitch. I said actually son of a fucking bitch. I had to sit here for 5 minutes. And one time I was lucky enough, that happened a few weeks ago. And when I charged up my phone, it just continued back in the feed. But this one, at least it looks on my YouTube studio that I lost the link. So looks like this will be the starting of the video for anybody that's just tuned in. This is a cascade ribbon, which is a great donor body for upgrades, and this is what I do. These are as affordable, probably low, low would be $150, $250 if you can find them, and then up to almost $400. And those upgrades are very similar to the ones that I do in these MXLs. And if you look at any of my older videos, you can read up on those and see what I'm doing over there. But technically, it's the same ribbon, same microphone. Well, Joey, it looks like it's just me and you today. I think you're the only cat that made it back. But let's do it. I know you're up late. So once I cut the ribbon, which you guys missed me cutting the ribbon, I think it's all that data is lost. I need to stretch the ribbon before you install it. I think that is the biggest issue with Chinese mics when you get them. The ribbons aren't stretched out. And if you watch AEA or Royer, so I'm just stretching it out. Oh, I didn't get a good handle on that one. Hold on. I'll stretch this. What it is when I corrugated it, add a lot of tension in it, and by stretching it, it means the first time that wind hits it and it expands, it'll go back. And I think that's the biggest issue is when they ship these mics from Japan. I think they corrugate them, they install them. I mean, they're mass production on these, so they're just about getting it done. And I think that's the only shortcomings, is that when you get them, they're already kind of really loose and flopped out because just in traveling, they've come undone. All right, now we're about to get into the nit and gritty of this. And I just realized too, as I was working, I was like, why do things look so strange? I forgot that. I forgot my glasses. Hold on a second. All right, there they are. Everybody that's joined in back. Looks like, Joey, you're the only one here. All right, Joey, here you go. So I'm going to put the ribbon now inside the microphone, and I don't know if it will be a one and done, but I hope so. right, here we go. This is just alcohol. I mean, this alcohol is actually 99%. I haven't realized until recently that it's not a good idea. I use the 99% on coals because that's about as much time as you have to work on it, and then you're fucked. But when you do 91%, it remains a little bit liquid a little bit longer to have you work on it. That's the only shortcoming of 99 is that it just dries up really fast. And this is the only thing that's kind of keeping the microphone in the transducer. Holes right now. Got their own fucking mind, man. Just go in there straight. The main goal is for me to get this ribbon in the middle. I'm not too worried about this back one too much. This one, I gotta get it straight. Let me take a look at it. All right, looks pretty good. Oh. I wish I could say that every time I do that, it's not stressful, but I'd be a liar. Every fucking time I do it, I'm just like, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up. Okay, so let's put the first bracket back in. This one will always be the plastic one. This is the positive. I want to put these in not too tight because I don't want to bend the plastic. I want to make a good secure hold on that ribbon. Make sure it doesn't slide around. I have to check it again because even though I put this bracket in, sometimes it will slightly move and I don't want that. It's got to remain in the middle. All right, let me check it in the light to make sure it's in the middle. Hello. All right, that looks like it's in the middle. That's killer. Now let's do this side, but I want to see now what the tension is like. I got to make sure before I tighten it that I don't need to hair more tighter. Do it. Now I got to put the other one on. This one is a brass plate. Ties, so they want to fly out of my fingers into the magnet. Hopefully we'll get these not too far off. What you want, man? Gonna put a little happy river going through this. Maybe a little happy bird right there. Just put a little happy bird right there above the river. Maybe put a little shade on this mountain. A little happy shade. Arms. Pretty good. Wanted to ask, how many meatballs do you take to make a potato salad or something like that? Those are always creepy. Those are always creepy when someone pipes in like that. All right. That looks like we are a go. Gratefully one and done. This is going out to a producer friend of mine. This has to be right. I have 2 more coming in next week for another producer cat from the East Coast. So I'm actually super pumped on all this. That, even though I just did right there, is a little bit scary because if it didn't make contact there, that whole ribbon gets shredded. So I just kind of did it, kind of not giving a fuck, and hopefully it would be well. But I do have to make sure that this is better. The 9th dimension. It's so weird. It says you are timing them out for 3,000 and something, or 300,000 seconds, or something like that. I don't know. I never see them come back, so it's, I don't know what that is really. Alright, so that looks really good. So I need to put the tape back on this bad boy. Sorry about that noise, but it has to happen. Hold the protective screen down with. Oh, just when I need my proper tweezers for this. Where are you, proper tweezers? Hold on. These will do. All right. This regular packing tape. This is what some of the Chinese ribbons came with when they came, and I bought some. This actually works pretty good because it just never comes off. It's pretty durable. So here's the part. It's a little scary. I have to do the same thing on this side without breaking that little wire inside. I don't want to break that wire. That means I'll have to re-screw it and re-solder it on. So let me get my tape going. And like I said, when you get these mics, I didn't have to do this bottom side because it was okay. But eventually that tape just dries up and it's useless. So I just rather have it be thoroughly done. And why not? If I'm in here repairing it, why not just do it all while you're in here? You know what I'm sharing, man? You catch my drift? Let me do the other side here. Keep the ribbon inside. It's not really a sound thing. It's just when that sound wave hits it and moves this way or the other way, the screen just kind of like, almost like a bumper car, just keeps it within the rails of the magnet. All right, well that looks pretty good. And of course, I will have to test this. And if for some reason, if this doesn't sound as wicked as it should, I have no issues with doing what you just saw over again. Because almost every mic I do goes to a producer or someone that literally is going to be using it as immediately as I give it back to them. It's always super important that they just sound fucking killer. Joey. Cheers, Joey. I know you got to hit the sack soon. You're up late, but it is not a school night. Okay, so I'm just gonna check these, make sure these are really good, screwed in, all of them as well. This is a cascade bat head. One of the great donors for an upgrade. If you can find one and you have any, I can definitely do them. They're one of my favorites. So I'm just gonna check these two screws. So then take this out. Now let's put our bulb head on. It's only going to go one way. There's a little cutout for the body to fit in there. Drop it. And I don't tighten these all the way until you get them all in. Sometimes just all right. Well, that was almost one and done. There's a lot of people that were on the first feed that aren't on this one, I don't think. So sorry about that if you end up tuning in later. But you lost the first half of taking the first part of the microphone apart. But then every mic I do has to be tagged. So hold on a second. Let me get my tag out. Tag, what do you mean? Well, you're not supposed to tag over someone else's logo. But I'm just going to put my little tag in the back. This is OGMC for Original GravityWave Microphone Company. That's my mic company. I do have a new mic. There it is. Ah, Johnny, thank you, man. So there it is. This is a Cascade Fathead re-ribboned. Great donor body for doing this. They always come with Chinese ribbons in them, even though these are really expensive. And I mean expensive as far as between 200 to 150 on the used market, up to 3 to 450. You know, people sell pairs for like 700, 800 bucks. These are some of the best lollipops you can get. Pinnacle is the same company as Cascade. I believe the family is taken over after the owner passed away. I believe that was the story. And so Pinnacle now are these mics. I have no idea. I'm only speaking of Cascades, but usually the ribbons aren't that great in them. This one looked decent, but it has a wide corrugation. I put like a Royers corrugation in this that's really durable. Will take guitar cabinets, strums, and it has a little bit more teeth to it, which adds a little bit of fidelity. And I usually get, after my corrugation, 3 to 5 dBs more sound out of that, if you can believe that. So this is a OGMC upgrade, Manny Styles. I will talk to you later. Once again, sorry about the first feed. I think I lost that on my YouTube, but I'm back on it. There you go. I hope you dug it. Have a wonderful day.